All right, now that we're actually rolling, Ricketts Glen this morning. Really nice color. So it's probably not peaked quite yet, but it's getting close. We're up here in the parking lot, up here, and try to make my fingers work again. And so we're gonna come down that way. Let's move towards, there we go. Anyway, we're gonna come down here. I'd be a terrible weatherman. There's three waterfalls down here that we haven't really done a whole lot with last time. And then we'll walk back up completely exhausted. So let's get after it.
You want to do it again?
Yeah, so on the trail. Still kind of in the dark. Not supposed to be really bright today, but that'll be good for the waterfalls. There's Christopher down there walking his way down, whistling as he walks. And we did spot some really cool little shrooms here, you know, for those of you who want the 70s experience. There you go. Oh, let me get it around the other way, because that way you can see the tap, which is pretty nice. It's got a nice little red to it. So, yeah. Bam. There you go. So, anyway, hopefully we'll get some waterfalls soon. And I'll see you there. So, first waterfall that we've seen. Not a lot of great colors. A little poppy yellow at the top there. And so I've taken a couple of different shots of this. Right now I'm set up, and primarily I'm just trying to get a very tight shot of this area in here. There's a lot of really nice detail in the water and in the stones. And so the cool thing about it is that you've got all these, because of all these rocks, you've got a lot of little different trails of the water. And the trick is really just getting the exposure right, so that your shutter's not open too long, because I'm not one of those super buttery smooth proponents. It does look great in some shots. Have a little bit of a swirl over here. I threw some leaves in and I took a couple, but they're not great. It's not a great swirl, and the leaves are they're not really popping out. So anyway, so I'm normally about a 1 second guy, because the 1 second gives you a little bit of the detail of the water and where the pads are, whereas 2, I'm starting to lose that, and half a second is a little bit too dark. But I may play with the half a second, because some of them look actually pretty cool. So hopefully some stuff will turn out. We've only got about 30 more of these waterfalls, so I'm sure I'll probably get something. I'll see you there. So here we are. This is a really nice tall one, and not from right here, but sort of where Christopher is. We're using this log as a nice leading line, and from this angle it just kind of looks like it just goes in this direction, but from where he's at, it actually kind of goes like that, and it's really, really cool over there. So hopefully that one turned out how we hoped it would. And you get a little bit of foliage at the top, polarized, and 1 second, even half a second, 2 seconds. It's a nice moody sort of Shire look, and so it should be really cool once we get it fully processed. So I did take a couple with the polarizer off, just because over here in the water right here, there was actually a reflection of the waterfall, and we're hoping that we can just stack that in, because it was actually kind of cool when it was not polarized. It was a little bit more intense in that water, so that might add a nice little element to it. So we'll see how it turns out. And for now, we're gonna head on to the next one. See you there. And we're back from yet another falls. So as you can see, it's a nice little yellowy glow. So I don't think it's quite peak yet. We're on the 10th of October, and obviously seasons are different one way or the other. But so this is your kind of epic, really tall waterfall where you've got just a lot of stuff, and you really kind of have to decide, do I want to get it all? Do I want to get it tighter? And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get, you know, this stuff in here. There's a little bridge up the top here. So I think that's the shot I'm going to go for. Probably another F7 to 9, you know, try to get 1 second. 1 second's about that sweet spot. So we'll see what I get. I guess probably here if I put it in. So as you can see, this shot's just, you know, cluttered. It's got a whole bunch of stuff. But, you know, essentially as I zoom in and you just decide to capture that, you can see there's a lot of fun little details. And I'm going to obviously drift it back just a little bit so you can pick up the bridge that's up at the top with a little bit more detail. So we'll see how that turns out. This is how you model for a shot. Note the eyes looking up, the finger pointing. Note the camera's down on the bridge. Hopefully that photographer down there doesn't screw up pushing the button. I'm messing with you, Christopher. So, in case you're wondering why I'm standing up here on a rock above a waterfall, it's because, you know, when you see a tree that's this hopping right here, gotta get it. Gotta get a little closer. It's ready for its close-up. So I'm gonna definitely take one of these because that's a Bob Ross little firecracker right there. So we'll see you down at the bottom. So, this waterfall here, it's a lot of water, but it's not a real easy shot to figure out kind of what settings you really want to go with. It's so much water that any setting of even like 1/5 of a second, it's really kind of just a big white blob. So, as you can see, there's a lot of water. What really drew me to the shot though was all this really dark rock behind it. It's a very nice contrasting scene. Probably do really nice with black and white. As you can see, there's just a little hint of like yellow at the top. So I'm not sure I really need that. But I decided to come over here. As you can see, you get this stick and then there's some debris here. And then the other side of the stick is over here. It's kind of like it came down and the water's kind of holding it under. I'm not sure how awesome the shot's going to turn out, but just playing with it. I think right now I'm at F5, an eighth of a second, ISO 100. And as you can see, it's just really kind of a contrasty image. So I'm going to keep playing with it, but you know, maybe you'll see something at the end or after this, like whatever I decide. See you in a bit. Now this is my kind of waterfall. So a lot of water coming over this thing, but it's spread out. So you know, it's nice and wide. You get a lot of little individual trails of water. It's easy to blur it out and make the whole thing light. But you can also, you know, leave it a little bit rough and get all the little individual sort of ripples of the water. And then, you know, when you got all this wonderful yellow foliage above it. So my shot was pretty much where Christopher's taking his shot. He's such a copycat. it's really the best place really to shoot it. I'm sure probably a lot of people have shot it from there. Not as well as I have, of course, but yeah, it's a really nice spot. Thought about going over on the other bank over here just to see, but really not a lot of rock trail over there, and didn't bring any wellies or anything, so gonna get really wet. So anyway, we're definitely halfway, so on to the next. So, one of my favorite waterfalls has got a little bit of a problem. So, I'm going to start you up here, then I'll bring you down. So right here you see there's two sort of streams coming together, and they're twisting a little bit, and then it drops into a pool, and then that comes in, and it kind of twists into a main spot, and then it comes down, and it's going to branch, and then there's a branch. Like, big old debris. There's not really a place to get to where we can get below it or above the branch. And I don't think it's going to Photoshop really well, but, you know, I guess I took a shot. We'll see what happens. So, see you in the next one. So, you see all the really nice yellows in the trees. And then you got a couple of tiers worth of waterfall over here. This is one tier, 2 tiers, and there's another tier up in here, which you really can't see from the angle that I'm showing you, but you can probably maybe crouch down, and then you can kind of see up in there. But it's a little bit of a challenging spot. This is a popular selfie spot, so you know, sometimes you gotta wait for the folks to clear, but it's a really beautiful waterfall. So I think we're getting close to getting back to the parking lot, so this isn't too far in. So people haven't lost their will to live at this point from having gone down and all the way back up, like Christopher and I had. So I haven't lost my will to live. Just, you know, don't call anybody, you know, I'm just, you know, my soliloquy here. Anyway, more waterfalls to come. See you the next one. So you can see that the foliage is really, really beautiful here. And this is one of the king Mama Jumbo guys here. Almost can't get him all in. So look at that little bit of color right there. It's popping out, and there's a little bit on it over here as well. And it's got a little bit at the top, but not quite yet. But it's really fantastic. It's a really nice waterfall. So definitely worth the hike. And I think I got a couple more to go, so I'll see you at the next one. So here we are at Cayuga Falls. I know you can't see it, but not well anyway. Right here, there's a little bit of a swirl. Unfortunately, it's a little too far to get in shot from here. I could go with the 70-200, but I'm just lazy at this point. There's a rock up here, but getting up to it is difficult. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this rock. I'll just move my finger with the phone. Yeah, this rock, but it's too hard to get up on that. So anyway, on to the next. See you there. So, Ricketts Glen. Quite a nice little walk in the woods. Definitely a lot of steps, and feeling it now that we're back in the parking lot. But overall, great day. Christopher and I got a lot of good images, and you'll be seeing them soon, if not in this video. So that's all I'm going to say for now, and I'm going to sign off. Not going to say peace because that's Brandon's thing. Until next time. Oh, are you kidding me? I didn't hit record. I gotta do it again. I started it again.